Oh shit, we back. We're back again. It's another week with your boys. And as you already know, I am your man, K Marvel.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy QS.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy, the human encyclopedia, the big stretch himself.
And it's me, Striker Dragoon. We back in the building.
You have to be that close to the mic.
I lifted the damn mic because it's far.
God damn, just put the mic up. And we are your four corners of commentary. But as you can see, there's a gentleman. Wait, that way. There he is. There that guy is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest today. Been wanting to get him on for a long time. Very excited. This is part owner of Battle Club Pro, who has a show, JobberSlam 2, this Saturday. Doors open at 2. Starts at 3. Joakim, everybody!
Thank you guys for having me on. How's everybody doing?
Good, brother.
We're alive.
Good. Damn, I ain't even get his. There it is. There's all the beautifulness. There it is. And if I got it wrong, my bad.
You're good.
I'm like infamous for that. But brother, man, what's going on, man? How's everything?
Chilling, just trying to get the last little, cross the T's and dot the I's and get everything set for Saturday. But yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Training session at the Fallout going on in the background. So everything's peachy cream right now.
Shout out to Fallout. Your students, the students there are putting on some hell of a matches on these cars that y'all got. And they're just been like, I know I've been, heavy on Twitter recently, and just everybody's been showcased so well everywhere else also. And I think as an owner and somebody who's watched these people grow, with their talent, I mean, I know you're probably proud as all hell.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. Especially when they ask me to join them when they go to new places. It's always wonderful to see the growth. And it's the whole object, the whole point of having the school is so that we create change from the inside and we start bigging up these talents that are local to us that might not get the opportunity somewhere else.
Right. Q, you want to start us off, bro?
Yes, I actually wanted to start off with a question. I wanted to really start off with a question, so just tell me more about it, the origin, what brought you to start Battle Club Pro, how did this all begin? Walk with me.
So Battle Club was actually started by Carlos Aristide. He was my original partner. So he had started it on his own. This was in 2016. And we were Facebook friends, and all we ever did was argue about wrestling. He was 2,000% sure that Ryback was the next guy. And I was like, you outside your goddamn mind. I was 200% sure Punk was going to be the next guy. It turns out we were both wrong. I was a little more right than he was. And he hit me up in April of 2016. He said, hey, I'm actually starting an independent promotion. I'd like for you to be on commentary. And I'm very much a person who goes, sure, to whatever the opportunity is. Because, if I mess it up, it's the same as me saying no, but at least I got some experience. Mm-hmm. So I said yes, but in the back of my head, I'm like, this is probably BS. All we do is fight. I don't understand why he would try to give me an opportunity. And then I started seeing graphics for the show, and I was like, oh, this is real. This is actually happening. So I hit him up during the summer, and I was like, I'd like to be more than just commentary. I'd like to be your partner. And he started incorporating me into some of the other stuff he was doing. Try to shorten the story as much as I could. But in the summer of 2018, we did a show in the Bronx. Mia Yim was on that show. And right before I go through curtains with Brian Pillman Jr. to do commentary, he nudges me. He goes, yeah, I'm done. This is your baby. And he walks out to address the crowd. And I look at Brian Pillman Jr. and he's like, looks like you're in charge, kid.
Wow.
So that's how I ended up getting ownership. Slowly as time progressed from our inception in 2016, he gave me more and more responsibility till he felt I could take it over. And yeah, pretty much the rest is history.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an unconventional ownership.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Commentary. No, you're not. You're part of it. Don't worry about it. My question was it involves the day-to-day business operations that you do. You are an entrepreneur, owning your own independent wrestling organization. What does your day-to-day look like? Just managing some of the nuances that comes with owning a wrestling promotion.
Trying to find time in between the day and night job I have that support my wrestling habit. It supports my wrestling addiction. Finding those creases in time where I'm not super busy, whether I'm at my day job with the DOE or my night job in a storage facility. So like just trying to find those little knickknacks, to promote, to thank sponsors, to reach out for sponsors, to hit fans up, to talk to talent, try to get things going. Before this year, like we always try to go 3 months in between shows. This year, I've ramped it up. We've done a bunch of student showcase shows, and this is our 4th show. This is our 3rd show this year. There's one more coming in the anniversary. So sandwiching student shows between the Battle Club shows has been a lot. Got a lot of content out there. And trying my best not to lose my damn mind. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a labor of love. It's a headache, but man, it's always worth it. Like when you have those moments, like prime examples, when Main Event won the tag titles last year, those little moments, it's like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Anything that's worth it is never easy, but every night, even if I've got the biggest headache, and I'm mad because there's 400 mofos on the show and I got 2 promos. At the end of the night, it's still like, yo, this is everything I've ever wanted. And to bring it back, like in whichever WrestleMania, I think it was 31 in San Jose, where Seth cashed in.
Mm-hmm.
So I met up with a friend in Vegas, and we drove up. So like we were chilling for like that whole weekend. We drove up. And it was like 3 a.m. I didn't remember this until she told me this. But it was like 3 a.m. We're talking, and I told her, I don't know how I'm gonna get in the wrestling business. I don't know what it'll be. I'm gonna get in. And then like when all this happened, she sent me a message. She's like, "Yo, you don't realize years ago you spoke this, and look at you now." So it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, man. I could say, at least especially with the 4 of us, meeting you and then going to last year's JobberSlam and helping sponsor that really did a lot for us personally and for our podcast. So first and foremost, thank you. Like, give you your flowers now, because without Battle Club, without me knowing Janelle and through my girl and all of that, like I don't think a lot of these opportunities that we've had so far, we would have. So thank you, first and foremost.
I appreciate it, man. But the God's honest truth is, like, without sponsors, without the fans, without the workers, Battle Club isn't anything. So thank you guys. Like, your support means the world. And just literally just in the same line as Jobberteers, as Go for the Pin, as your sports show, as True Heel Heat, as those wrestling girls, like Black and Brown ran podcasts fucking prove a point. Besides just, hey, we're doing this for fun. Like, no, there's a reason. I said it a million times. Like, if it's cool, it's come from the hood, and if it's come from the hood, it's Black, Puerto Rican, Dominican. You get those hood Asians, but it's all people of color.
Right.
And it just blows my mind that you still get shows on the East and West Coast where 9 matches, the guy all look like a young Hulk Hogan, and then you get 1 women's match as the gimmick match, and it's just like, doesn't make any fucking sense. That's not how the world works.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that's been going on the last few months with you and a specific faction within the company called the Federation. Federated. Excuse me. You're right.
Don't let
right.
the
Nope.
brand ambassador hear.
No, my bad. I
Wrong.
apologize. I apologize. And I'm cool with Kaiju. My bad, bro. Don't beat me up. But Federated. So there was some vandalism going on. There was. I was there when Kaiju put some hands on
everybody.
on everybody. How's that been going on for you, and kind of clearing that up, or suspension, or whatever else has been going on with them?
So Federated has been Battle Club since day one. They were on the first show. I've worked closely with the brand ambassador, Mr. Martinez. He's a friend. They have their own way of thinking. It's always been to try and do what's best for Battle Club. And just like, I mean, think about it. If you're LeBron James and you're on the Lakers, you're going to do things your way because you're the best at what you do and you want the team to elevate. So that's kind of their way of thinking. They're like, okay, we have a team of monsters. You put us on your shows. We want to do whatever we can to make sure you guys elevate. So I never have a problem giving them a spot. They always deliver. What happened was the finish of that match between O'Shea Edwards and Steve Pena, the newest member of Federated, Abraham Khan, kind of felt the bell was rang too quick, or whatever the case may be. He felt slighted. He felt like, the screws were in. I don't necessarily disagree with the bell being rang too early, but at the same time, when you're in the rest position, you've got to protect the athlete. Yeah. So it's just one of those cluster, kind of situations. I'm still pro-Federated without being part of Federated, because they have always waved the Battle Club banner. It's just a matter of managing things here and there. They want what's best for us. They're just doing it in their own way. Mm-hmm. The vandalism was very unfortunate. Back out real quick. The vandalism was very unfortunate. It was uncalled for. Abe knows he kind of threw a tantrum and went a little too far the other side. Right. Federated fined him. They made him pay to clean up for everything. Conversely, this is wicked, but Fallout was supposed to move to a different building. And when the people who were going to rent us the new spot saw what Abe did, they were like, no, we don't want no part of that.
Oh, no.
We ended up losing a building because he overdid his reaction, which is, it's okay. It ended up, it was one of those, it worked, but it was unfortunate, but it ended up working in our favor. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, they've been Battle Club since day one, whether it's, been Mike Orlando or Big Bad Kaiju or the franchise champ Mick Drake. Federated's been pro Battle Club. We both want the same thing. We just have different approaches to it. So that stuff's gonna come to a head. Saturday we got the franchise champ facing, probably the scariest human being I've come across.
Yes, sir.
In Danny Moff, who is aging in reverse somehow. He's getting bigger, stronger, faster as time goes on. So it's probably their biggest challenge to date. But yeah, it's what makes it most difficult is Battle Club and Federated co-own Fallout. So it's we work together outside of Battle Club shows, and we both have ideologies that fall in line with each other. But then when we have those head bumping kind of situations, there's always this tense air stuff going on. But I mean, it's settled down now. I decided to give Abraham a shot at Survival of the Fittest this Saturday, and let's see what happens from there.
Yeah. By the way, Dan Maff versus Shane Taylor at. Oh my God! Welcome.
That's sort of the house.
Dream. Dan Maff's name in indie wrestling. Without question, he's an indie legend. Shane Taylor. So I'm excited.
Listen. Look, I've and I've been promoting this on the pod, but I've been on Coffee with Rev a lot recently, which You know, shout outs to Rev Ron and Sloan and Sloan from the Susio Boys and all of them. Mad Awesome, Tasha Steele, all Faye, of course. You know, gotta make sure you mention her. But you know, through there's been a couple things that I've been able to learn through Coffee with Rev, and the relationship with STP is so tight. Like it is legit. Like when they, you know, post something or when you see a promo with them, like not only is their love for the business legitimate and might be one of the strongest out there, but their brotherhood is something that you don't see often. You know, if you were to compare their type of brotherhood to me, it would be like, you know, the New Days type of brotherhood. You know, no matter what they do, you know, they're together. You know, no matter where they go, no matter what happens, no matter who wins what title, whether it's world tag, secondary, whatever, you know, the brotherhood is there, you know, and Khan being part of ROH is like the perfect example. But with that being said, that match, oh my God, if they haven't, is it on a title match by any chance?
It's on title match. The Black Wrestling Fest is on title match. Welcome to War. All our stuff's on title match. If you want to go back to the first ever show and you can see the evolution, you can see how, you know, originally Carlos' mission was to bring great wrestling to the Bronx. He felt like he was able to knock that out within a year and a half. And when I had taken over, my mission was to create a platform for our people to, you know, elevate more, you know, people of color, more women, like, because that's what I saw growing up. That's what held me down. That's what helped me out growing up. So it's like, all right, well, this is me on a blank canvas. And every time I have a show, I try to do my best to showcase both.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Striker?
Well, good segue. So my question is more so the process. What is the process like creating new stars, and what does the Fallout Shelter offer to not only, you know, just people who have no wrestling experience, but for the people who have graduated? We see Masha Slamovich get, you know, signed to Impact and have this, you know, crazy monster run that she's having. I think she's still undefeated on Impact. So what is the process of creating new stars, and what do you feel the Fallout Shelter offers that's different from many other places?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, like, and this is not a knock to anybody, because there are some great schools out here, but I think I could put our 4 coaches against any other coaching staff, whether it's an individual or a team, and I think nobody's better. Like you said, Masha Slamovich is the hottest women's wrestler in the world right now. I don't think there's any question about it. Signed, unsigned, mainstream wrestling, indie wrestling.
Right.
If you know your Northeast history, Colossal Mike Law and the Inner City King Mike Jorge Santi, they've been some of the best performers over the last 15 to 20 years. And then Steve Pena has just elevated. I mean, it's something special. It's criminal that he's not on TV.
Yeah.
He went from just a strong hand on shows, on Evolve shows, on, you know, shows up and down the Northeast, to like the man. Like, I think he's, in terms of in-ring ability, he's up there with guys like Darius Carter.
Yeah.
Guys like, you know, athletes like Trish Adora. Like, he is in that realm when you come to being some of the best in-ring workers. So that team training, you know, people with aspiring dreams. We want to not just build people who are going to bump, you know, we want to build wrestlers that are assets. You know, they can do a little bit of everything. They can do commentary, they can do filming, they can do music. You know, if they need to announce, if they need to ref, they've got to, you know, put a ring together. If they got to promote, like all those little things we're trying to encompass into them as an asset. So it's like, okay, I can't wrestle on the show. What else can I do on the show? Add to it. What else can I do to help this company grow? And hopefully they continue to bring me back. There's a real familial vibe. We try our best to make sure everyone feels included, you know, involved, loved. Everything kind of gets thrown out there for us to vote on. It's much more of a democracy than a tyranny. Like, hey, this is what it is. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, no, we treat everybody like equals, like humans, because that's what we all are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And quick shout out to my boy Bam. I see what you're doing in the Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, Bam.
Super happy for him, man.
That's the OG. That's the first official Fallout student.
I
man.
actually used to play football with him a few years ago.
Nice.
Before I stopped playing football. Yeah, I used to play him for a couple of years. We used to play on just turf, just regular football playing.
That's dope.
So it was really cool.
I got to meet Bam at through Striker actually at the one of the Catalyst events recently, like maybe 3 shows ago. Because I know Brennan personally. We used to work together. So so I got to meet Bam, and I saw you there and everything. We chatted a little bit.
Yeah.
About the whole actually, since we're already on it, we spoke about commentary because I told you I was very interested. Stretch and I were planning on doing a couple things from your suggestions, actually. Something like taking a match and just dubbing over it, or taking an indie wrestling match and tagging them in it, which is still the plan. But what my question to you, and I gave the same question to Janelle actually. What is it about doing commentary that makes you I'm trying to get the right phrasing, that gives you that urge to continue to do commentary?
It's, for me personally, like, how many times have you been watching a dope football game, something crazy happens? I mean, pretty sure nobody here is a Patriots fan, but like the 28-3 thing, and you're like, yo, do you see what's going on?
Yeah.
So for me, commentary is like, yo, I see what's going on. I'm able to voice it, and it's not just to the person next to me.
Right.
People all across the world get to hear the excitement, the genuine like love for the business that I have. It's fun. It's like barbershop talk, but you have an audience that doesn't end. Like you won't be able to count how high. Like Title Match has over, I think they're creeping up on 5 million subscribers on their network, and I think 5 million subscribers on YouTube. So your voice is hitting all those people who decide to stream the show, and it's it's great to be able to vocalize what you're feeling, what you're watching, and have someone receive it and then give you feedback immediately. And then it all ties into what's actually happened. It's not just, hey, statement one, and then that's the end of it. It's statement one, and then the person, they respond with, oh, well, that happened because of this. And if there's a 3-man booth, another person responds, well, the story behind that is this. So you're adding to the match while genuinely giving what you feel for the match. And like I said, it's just an endless number of voices that hear you out. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be able to add something, to a match that's, especially if it's a banger, like, and if it's not a banger, if commentary is good enough, it'll elevate how good the match is in some people's eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's touch a little bit on the show coming up on Saturday. This is JobberSlam 2. The first one was last year around the same time. Last year was out the park. It gave a lot of people opportunities, be it talent or podcasting or just fans in general. JobberSlam 2 is here. House party. There's a 90s theme. Too bad it's not a little colder. You would have got the colorful jacket, the colorful zip ups. But
the starters.
Yeah, right. People gonna come in with champion hoodies. So the first thing I wanted to actually talk about was the new title that's being introduced, the Battle Weight title.
Yes.
First off, the design's crazy. That's number one.
Beautiful.
The design is bananas. Honestly, all of the titles, and I'm not just saying that because you're here. All of the titles with Battle Club are beautiful titles. Number one, like I'll put those titles up against anybody in the business. What created this title and this match?
So Danny Nemesis is someone who is always here at the Fallout. He is constantly helping the students with designs. He's helped us with like graphics and stuff like that. He's been in the business for a while. And he always wanted to create a cruiserweight title, but he didn't want to just create one. He wanted one that would be defended, So we had spoke, and we went over it a bit, and I was interested in the idea. He proposed it. 200 pounds and under would be the weight limit, so it's a genuine cruiserweight title. And then the whole graffiti defacing thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So as his apology to be let back into Fallout, to be let back into Battle Club, was, hey, I had the title made. Let's actually go through with this and create this division. So after a long talk with him and understanding where he was coming from and, seeing the title in person, I was like, all right, you know what? We'll go with this. You're forgiven. You're still on eggshells, really very thin ice, but things will be great. And last night not 2 nights ago when I was on Go for the Pin, I announced that starting next year, that battleweight title, because it's supposed to be about opportunities, is going to start being defended exclusively on Fallout Shelter shows. So for us in Battle Club not to be overloaded with titles, and then to have something, basically, like, could you imagine the NXT Cruiserweight title? But it's like, okay, you can only see it on SmackDown. Like, actually only see it on SmackDown, not see it on Raw or Main Event. Like, you could only see it here. So, the thought process behind the belt was guys 200 pounds and under who maybe don't get booked because they're considered small. And then 4 shows that are going to be all about giving opportunities to new faces.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
awesome.
Let's see what else. So something I wanted to touch on before we actually got into the match. So as you said, Mia Yim was on that first show, and she's returning this Saturday to face Big Swole for the Icons title. How important is it to you that she's returning and fighting for a title that Swole has been rocking out since last year's JobberSlam?
It's wonderful. I had gone over this before, but so Mia's last show happened right before Swole's first show, so they just missed each other. Mia ends up getting signed, and then we start utilizing Swole. For me, it's wonderful to see that you're getting 2 women who are not just great wrestlers, but they have purpose outside of wrestling. Swole is a huge proponent. She's a huge proponent of advocacy for Crohn's disease and awareness and stuff like that. And then we all know everything Mia has done to try to make people aware and figure things out when it comes to domestic violence. So you have 2 women of color who are not just trying to line their pockets. Like they mean something. They're out there and they're spreading positive messages. I consider both family. Her entire time being signed, Mia and I never stopped talking. We stood in contact. That was always awesome to see Swole get signed, while being part of Battle Club was amazing. So it just it made sense. It made all the sense in the world for them to finally cross paths. And Mia was the first person to take a photo with the Icon title. And it's always kind of been like that should have always been hers. Just, she ended up getting signed. So it didn't happen the way, maybe most of us would have liked, but it is what it is. The match is going to be dope, contrasting styles, but also, similar in the sense that they've got endless flavor. Like they're just swagged out. Yep. They're dope. They're just dope individuals. I think that's what makes it. That's what's best for me. It's it's not only 2 great wrestlers. It's 2 great people in there with purpose outside of wrestling, using wrestling as an opportunity to push their agenda.
Right. Real quick before we get to our next question, I know it just says Facebook user, but that's the official 5th corner of the 4 corners. So what's good, brother? And then this is Mr. Black. What's good, bro?
What's up, Black?
Hey,
yeah, what's good? People looking forward to see everybody this Saturday. Last year was a vibe. This year is going to be a movie. Yeah, I can't speak. So,
Heard.
was good, Black. Was good to Jobber Tears. Love y'all. So happy for y'all doing your thing. They going all over the place.
Yeah.
QS, sir.
But though, so you're joking. My whole thing, I guess, is when I'm hearing about purpose, I'm hearing about seeing that this main event is going to be a dope match, and I can't wait to see. We all can't wait to see it. But I guess I still want to pick at your brain a little bit. I think still wondering, is there any obstacles that really go into when you when you're coming up to?
Oh man.
What are the obstacles, the bumps in the road, what does it actually take to actually get to here? Because now we're full circle where Battle Club Pro is coming, so it's just all right, what do we?
So
let me hear it.
you gotta plan out your next event,
right?
And then you gotta hope that everybody you want on the show is available. So it's that trying to work around people's schedule. Some people double book, some people can't make it, so you have to pivot. All right, well then let's do this. I do my best to try to keep continuity. So a lot of the times Battle Club matches just don't go on. There's a reason behind it, and it's usually tied to our history. I would say what's been the most difficult for this show is dealing with agents. They make everything so hard. They really do, and it's just it's we do our best to be professional, to show that we're a genuinely legit company, but it's just you want X, Y, and Z as if we have WWE budget, homie. You need to slow down.
Right.
Slow down, because it's gonna get taken care of. I'm not gonna tarnish my reputation for whatever reason you think, oh well, this has happened somewhere else. Okay, that's wonderful, that happened somewhere else. I get you being cautious, but I'm not going to ruin what I've built over the last 6 years with the family I have just because of nonsense you dealt with somewhere else.
Right.
I would say that's the scheduling tends to be the hardest bump in the road, and then this time around agents just made it damn near impossible. Every time I get an email, my head's yo, I just want to snuff homie. Bro, I take care of everybody. Just chill the fuck
Give
out.
him one of these real quick,
bro. Yeah, nonsense, man, nonsense.
Gotcha.
Was there a wrestler? Okay, I don't know if you want to speak on this, but was there a talent that you wanted for this Saturday that you couldn't get?
Yes.
You don't have to say if you don't want to. It's cool.
No. I'll say. I've been trying to. 3 years ago, 2019, 3 years ago, right? Maybe 4. I don't know how time works anymore. After COVID, nobody knows how time works.
Exactly.
But I have wanted to put on Wilkins versus Simon Miller for
yes.
2 years now.
Oh my God, I need that match.
So I reached out for Black WrestleFest, and he's like, I can't. I reached out for JobberSlam too. He's like, I promised to be at Mission Pro. I was like, okay, here's the anniversary day. He goes, I'm actually helping a company start up. So I'm like, all right.
Oh my
so
God.
it's one of those. He's another one. We talk a lot. He's a great guy. I gave him a date for next year. He's like, it's yours. I swear to God, it's yours.
Okay.
But that's been the most difficult because they're literally bizarro versions of each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Swole bald guys that cover wrestling in all aspects with sometimes, what's the proper term? Confusing or maybe questionable viewpoints when it comes to wrestling.
Right.
So it's just and they've crossed paths at Mania, and that was so cool to see. Simon was clearly lit off his ass.
I've seen some of the stuff back
but yeah, yes,
between them.
Simon Miller for sure. There were tons of names being thrown around. I said this the other day. We crowned our franchise champion last year.
Yeah.
And literally the day that his name on the Indies was it's Carmelo now in the WWE.
Right.
Oh, shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
Christian Casanova.
Originally, I had him. I wanted him to be our Battle Club franchise champion. And the day I penciled it in, it got announced that he got signed.
Oh,
Nice.
that would have been
So
insane.
I'm looking at it like, oh,
Right.
really?
And he's
But-
he's doing phenomenal right now. Wow.
Crushing the game. And has been.
If you saw him live on the Indies, you knew he had everything it took.
Yeah.
You knew he had everything it took. You know, so I'm happy for him, but it's just like it's one of that's what happens. You know, going back to the question earlier, like bumps in the roads, like I can pay what you ask, but I can't pay Vince money. So who am I to say? Well, you got to hold my God, and bro, like everybody's got to get that generational contract. Do it. You know, you got to do what's best for you and your family.
Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that. Oh, big baby in the building. What's good, bro? Can't wait to see y'all this weekend. Gonna whoop that ass. Prolific is up. Jobber Tears podcast South is down. They put on a hell of a match. Too. That was kind of nuts, and I don't know how you gonna stop Lala from coming in and trying to fuck Wolf up, because that shit.
Lala, this is one of those things that like everything kind of falls in line. She's actually going to be at a different show out of state, so maybe things will be different now with that. But Prolific won, and it was a hell of a match. It was a car crash. It was one of those like, holy shit, I gotta watch it kind of car crashes.
Yeah, exactly. Eyes wide open type shit.
Yeah.
Big Baby said, I won't get snuffed no more. So, gents, I know y'all weren't. Oh, wait, Troy Stryker showed up, but it was crazy. There was a point where, oh God, I can't remember. I think it was Tyree Taylor who jumped off the top rope.
Yeah, he landed on everybody.
He landed on everybody, including Baby.
Listen,
Baby,
and I'm gonna say this, man. Dre sat there and ate that better than like 70% of the indies, bro. Because we've all seen the clips where the guy does a dive and the other guy's like, "Oh, I was supposed to be there." Like,
right.
So huge props to Dre for that.
For sure. Stryker.
So,
you had another question?
Let me see. I think I'm you know me, I'm a fantasy booker all day, so I'm just trying to think of a booking question. But sorry. Booking wise,
yes.
What I know as just like any other booker, you have the decision to make the hard decision. How does that work out? Like, I know there's always clashing of egos at some point, not necessarily on your end, but maybe with talent. How does that go over? What is the smoothing over process, at least for you?
And if I can add too, are there more hands in the pot when it comes to that booking?
No, it's me. And it's just so like to run a promotion, you need to be a chef where you have a team and that team does everything here and there well. Mm-hmm. But like 9 times out of 10, they're working on your recipe. Mm-hmm. So that's how I kind of look at it when it comes to running Battle Club. Like I know I can delegate to my partners here and there, but like the outline is mine. And I think I always ask. It's never, like I said, never tyranny with me. Like I'm gonna ask, hey, what about this? What about that? And I ask the talent too, and I think that's why they like me. Aside from making sure they always get paid. But I always speak to the talent because I feel like that's the appropriate thing to do. You know, it's their brand. I recognize very, very shortly that or very quickly, I should say, they're building a brand outside of Battle Club. They're helping Battle Club build its brand, but they have their own brand to build. So I try to be as respectful as possible. Yes, it's tough when you have to say who's doing what and what not. But what I try to do is if someone doesn't necessarily like the outcome of something, I bring them back and I try to work with them to, so can we do this afterwards so that it's not just a one-off, but you've also had something. And, I think that's the best way to smooth it over. It's like, hey, yeah, you'll do the favor this time, and then next time around we'll figure something out.
Right.
I haven't really dealt with too many egos or too many people questioning things. It has happened, but for the most part, it's been taken care of, handled, and I haven't heard anything since. My direction really is trying to push those that I genuinely believe are best for business, without burying anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's the platform is for our people. So like, even if it's someone who is never winning, but they're prominently featured, it was like, okay, your time will come. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what they call booking strong, even in a loss, I believe. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't. I've heard that you don't necessarily have to go over to look strong. You just have to be booked
Exactly.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Stretch.
I was going to ask, considering that you're on and you have such an extensive history, obviously, with Battle Club Pro, what do you consider the greatest moment to be in your promotion?
Oh, that is a wonder. I have never been asked that question before. That's a wonderful question.
Welcome to the professor.
That's what I do. I can't.
I can't just pick one. Well, I'll do this. I'll say the success of the first JobberSlam being a secret show, having almost 400 people there, is astronomical.
Yeah.
Being able to say that we were Swole's first main event and she won gold at that main event was astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
We were able to. I've been able
to.
to shift around in different states. We had a show in Connecticut. We had a show, and we've had shows in Jersey. We've done a bunch in New York. My little tidbit that I love saying is that everyone who's ever touched the Icons title has had a contract, whether it's Jordan Grace or Tasha Steele at Impact, Harlow O'Hare with Women's of Wrestling Superheroes in the West Coast.
Yeah.
And Swole got her contract before she became Icons champion. But let's not fool each other. The way Triple H is picking everybody up and making them useful,
Pretty sure she's going to get picked up.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, you're a married couple? That's great for the wrestling industry. God, where did that come from? Okay, it's only a matter of time.
Right.
Yeah.
It really is.
Sure.
And Seti's getting on TV now, so I can only imagine.
Right.
Seti's on TV now, so
basically, I'm
that's
sorry. I was going to
great.
say, so basically, it's sorry.
Anthony Bowens being the first franchise champion, openly gay black man.
Yeah.
That was dope as hell.
Yeah.
Just so much. And now you see what he's doing up in AEW. Like it's great to see progression and to see that, what you're doing means something. It's not, I don't kid myself. It's not on the same scale as mainstream wrestling, but that's what we're working towards. I can confidently say I'm not going to stop until I get into a position where I can actually sign people and say, here's a livable wage from Battle Club.
right.
Yep.
And you can still work indie dates, not a problem. Like that's the overall goal.
That's dope. He's dope. Going back to titles real quick. What's your favorite looking title? Like
5 Points title. The 5 Points title. I don't know what it is about it. It's just the fact that all 5 boroughs are on it. It's different than any of the other ones. They're all beautiful and they all pay homage to New York in some way, shape, or form, whether it's the Bronx or Brooklyn. But there's just, man, that when I first saw that, like designing that title with my friends and then having it come to life is beautiful. Like that battleweight is gorgeous, but like there's just something about that 5 Points championship that is just like amazing.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
If
Like
you're
I said,
asking
man.
about other wrestling companies, New South has a title that's like 4.5 feet wide or tall, or something. Like New South world title is humongous. It looks like it fits Thanos. Like that's a gorgeous. Yeah, that is definitely a huge shout out to I believe it's New South. Yeah, it's New South with the humongous title. I'd be blackballed if I didn't mention how beautiful the federated title looks. Chance Aron has that down in Florida. It's a really pretty belt. There's a bunch of them. If you're going like mainstream, I think everyone automatically says the Smoking Skull, but that ECW title was beautiful.
The original?
The original World Heavyweight title with the barbed wire, like that was one of those pretty ones. Like, oh man, it's like that stuff's not supposed to be in the title belt, and it is, and it was just dope.
True, very true. Gents, did y'all have any more questions?
No questions.
No. All right, so let's get into Jobbers. Actually, first and foremost, Black Girl Magic is Friday.
Yep.
Is this Friday? Doors are open at 7:30. It starts at 8 o'clock. Do you want to touch on that show a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Spice Spiegel, one of the trainees at Fallout. I've worked with her a lot for this event to be a success. The first one was amazing. I wanted to work with her for the first one. Things didn't turn out the way they should have for whatever reason. But this time around, I'm very hands-on with her. It's going to be a huge success. 5 stellar matches, all featuring Black women, which is incredible. Damaris Dawkins versus Gia Scott, Scarlett versus Anastasia Morningstar, Trisha Dora in the main event versus Karen Bam Bam. You got Thick and Juicy 2.0 versus Strella and Maserati. Like, just wonderful matches. And it's ran by a Black girl. So it's dope. I love the message behind it. It's taking what we do at Battle Club and just going totally niche in one corner. We're very much for people of color. Swole is the champ. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of sisters in the business because they don't get any fucking credit that they deserve.
Yeah.
Why it's 2022 and people are starting to finally big up Jazz and Jacqueline. It's just like, where the fuck we have for the last 30 years?
Right.
But yeah, like she just took that niche and she's made something beautiful from it. I'll be there in full support. I really hope it's going to be a huge success. We've been talking a lot, and it's a great message.
Yeah, man, I wanted to go, but but you met my daughter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wanted to take it to that show so bad, so bad.
It'll be on title match.
True. We'll watch it definitely because those matches are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get into JobberSlam 2 House Party real quick. So once again, we have the Battleweight Championship, which is Survival of the Fittest. Can you explain to them what the Survival of the Fittest match is?
It's literally what the title is. It's going to start with a 4-way, and they're going to have 6 minutes to try to win the match. If they win the match in under 6 minutes, that's the end of the match. If the timer goes up and no one's won, it turns into the overtop battle royal until it gets back down to the last 4, and then it goes 1 fall to a finish.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. By the way, shout out to Mike Law's Colossus gear because that shit
that was dope, right?
It's shit. That was crazy.
He said he's got something special for Saturday, so I can't wait to see it.
Nervous because that's going to be dope as hell. We got the Icons title, which is Big Swole versus once again the returning Mia Yim. The match is sponsored by Pretty Heels. Man, the excitement for this match.
Right. It's again like just two wonderful people with purpose and they're extraordinary wrestlers. So it's going to be a banger for sure.
For sure. Mr. Darius Carter, after making my daughter cry the last show.
If he's making the kids cry, he's doing a good job. He knows what he's doing.
Look,
your kid had a brush with greatness, and she'll never forget that moment that she was touched by such an amazing heel like Darius Carter. You don't forget that.
Listen, as much as I agree with y'all, I was ready to throw a chair, but that's besides the point. But Darius Carter has the Brass Ring Invitational. Do you have any speculation on who might answer, sir? I've gotten a ton of inquiries about people who wanted to take the challenge, but there was one
that really stood out because it was one that was unbelievably unexpected. If you follow Darius and you know his career, he's the ace of Battle Club. He's got the most wins in Battle Club history. I think he's got the most events under his belt for Battle Club.
Sure.
And while it's, I don't want to spoil the surprise,
Nah, definitely.
but I'm telling you, it's someone you never thought that would want to take the challenge on.
That's
yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see. It's gonna be one of those moments like, oh my god, this person decided to answer the call. So yeah,
man,
that was gonna be dope.
All right, so I'm gonna flip my shit. That sounds great.
Someone who also will have a brush with greatness. Continue.
Oh God. We got Janai Kai versus Bonesaw Brooks. I've seen
submission match.
Yes, in a submission match.
Love Bonesaw Brooks.
I mean,
I think we went to Catalyst. I think we seen him when we went to Catalyst, right?
Yes.
I believe she was.
No, she was. But she was also at the all women show.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She was at Women's Crush Wednesday.
Yep. Women's Crush Wednesday. Yep.
To which that was a hell of a match too, man. Both women. I mean, Janai's kicks. Like, if you've trained, if you trained in martial arts, you can kind of tell when somebody isn't necessarily, let's say, throwing a kick a right way. Man, that girl kicks you. To me, it sounds like to describe what her kicks sound like is like how wrestlers describe Bryan Danielson's kicks. Like, them shits look and sound like they destroy your entire chest.
Yeah. She's the kick demon for a reason. And again, skyrocketing. Her stock is going up exponentially. But being Bonesaw is a badass. Bonesaw has been doing intergender wrestling forever. I don't think there's anybody with a better bridge when it comes to suplexing than Bonesaw. It's going to be really interesting to see how they work as opponents in a submission style match.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun match. A match that we're actually sponsoring Miss Savannah Evans in is the Faye Jackson Gray Sweatpants Battle Royal. Is this her fourth one?
I think it's her third or fourth. It's hysterical. I have respectfully but comedically nicknamed this the Johnson Jump Off. It is a match clearly for the ladies and for any other gentlemen who decide they want to enjoy it. It's gonna be interesting because you have people in there that can actually go. Savannah Evans, Ken Broadway, Big Cuzzo, Keith Mack, Dan Michaels is another one growing. The captain of Fallout, Anthony Gamble. Like, you got a wild bunch, and then the guy with the purple bandana, Nimrod Texeria, he's a wild card, not just in the match, just as a human overall. Like, if you've seen any of his promos, it's hysterical. It's hard not to laugh.
I did. He's hilarious.
He's hysterical. And there's some surprises in that match too that I can't say.
It's about to come out. This is gonna be crazy. Whoa, it's not about to come out. Let's not see that. All right, saw that. Boom. Let me put that up. The 5 Points Championship match. By the way, blue strap, great idea. The blue on that strap is crazy.
Yeah.
But you have Steve Pena versus Mysterious Q. Man, these two are going to tear the fucking house down.
Oh yeah. I think it's got potential to be match of the night. I think when you think of men who look like they belong on TV, it's these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look at guys. I mean, like I said, Pena's game has been unbelievably elevated since joining the team at Fallout. And Q is a purebred monster from Texas. They're definitely going to tear the house down. It's going to be dope. And I'll give you guys some breaking news. If you're coming to JobberSlam, don't be late because these two monsters are starting the show.
Oh, okay. Shit, y'all heard it here first.
Yep, breaking news.
Exclusives, baby. But you heard that right. The 5 Points Championship is going to start the show on Saturday. So make sure y'all get your tickets. Make sure y'all are there. The doors open at 2. So make sure you're there. You're comfortable. Make sure you eat beforehand. because it's going to be nonstop.
Yep.
Let's jump to the franchise championship. You have McDrake versus Dan Math. God, Jesus Christ.
The Dagger versus the King in the North.
Oh.
Let's see if the champ has a little advantage with the brand ambassador, Mr. Martinez, in his corner. You got, like I said, the newest member, Federated Abraham Khan, is going to be at the event too. But I mean, is that enough to stop the monster that is Dan Moff? I don't know.
Man, I'm going to call it now. Dan is going to throw Khan somewhere. I don't know where.
Listen, and I'll say this because I've seen it firsthand. Mick Drake is unbelievably strong. You can see he's got a build to him, but he's a lot stronger than his build gives. I've heard it from everybody that's competed with him. There's like, I didn't need to jump. He just flung me.
That's
like
crazy.
Mick is a monster. So it's gonna be a huge test for him, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy for Moff either.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a match. And then we got round 2. Prolific versus JobberSlam Podcast South. Once again, their first match was a barn burner. They did everything. Mr. Black and Dre were going at it. We're going at the talent, going at fans. Shoot, them and Dirty Heels. Like, there was just so much going on, man.
Right. Dre has called JobberSlam South and Yardley a ho multiple times.
And I will continue to call him both. I'll continue to call him both.
Oh, there he is. What up, bruh?
What's going on, y'all?
What's good, dude?
What's going on? What's going on?
That's Dre right there. Good people, always great people to be around, man.
And Yardley's called them pussy more times than I can count.
Oh God.
He said it so hysterically.
Yo,
but yeah, it's JobberSlam Civil War. It's same way as we said it last time. JobberSlam Civil War. This is round 2. You got Movie Mike subbing in for Zuka, which is going to be interesting because now JobberSlam South has a curveball because Prolific was prepared for Zuka and there's a change last minute.
Yeah, there's Yo, I can't. This match is going to be nuts. And last match on the card, to which I'm kind of not mad. I saved this for last. You got the Battle Club Pro Tag Team Championships. I could say for the 4 of us, at least, one of our favorite tag teams in Battle Club's main event.
Absolutely.
Always good people. God, their talent is just through the roof. They're another team that seems like they're going everywhere, seeing everybody, matching them, move for move. Their energy, their creativity is just so it truly is original in like the way that they form it. But Thick and Juicy 2.0. Look, man, we can't say anything bad about either woman. No. You got Willow, who once again is another one who's all over the place.
Right.
It's killing it.
Yeah, if you ask anybody who knows anything about women's wrestling, the 2 hottest women act right now is Masha and Willow.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not even close. Yep. They are so far ahead of everyone else, leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. And you got Brooke teaming up. They were successful at Women Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, they were.
So they earned themselves a title shot. It's gonna be dope. And then like I said, I always try to bring everything back. Main Event won the tag titles from the Sea Stars at last year's JobberSlam, so it only makes sense for them to defend it in an intergender match.
The match against shout out to Sea Stars too, man. That match was one of the matches that stole the show last year. That shit was crazy. Even with them at the last show, using jumping through the hoop to go through the ropes. Oh my God!
Never saw that before.
Yo,
Troy was telling me about Main Event because JobberSlam last year was my first, not only my first Battle Club Pro event, but one of my first like indie experiences in the tri-state area. So he was telling me about main event. He's like, dude, you got to see these guys. Like, it's like one guy's a ringleader, the other guy's a lion. He jumps through a hoop in the match. I was like, what do you mean he jumps through a hoop?
And you know what's funny? As soon as the match started, he did it. And he was like, what the hell?
I was like, oh, shit. They really like that. They really incorporated that in the match. I was like, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I was hooked ever since. I've been like, checking out their other work. And not only that, but like Midas and both Lion were like so gracious after the show. I actually got to take a picture with Midas and Yeldy. Actually let me hold one of the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Really cool. But like they're a super fun team. And that's like one of the matches that I'm most looking forward to because their tag team coordination and the work that they do in the ring is so impeccably flawless. You can tell that they have a lot of chemistry together and as partners. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's the match like I'm personally looking forward to is that tag team champion.
Right.
And I'm happy we sponsored them when they won. That was amazing.
Word.
That was
word. I'm just gonna hit up the comments real quick. Tiff, what's up, love? She said she's talking about our daughter. She's so excited for Saturday.
All the comments.
Yeah. I'm getting there. Don't stress it. Dre said, "All hail the All Father Darius Carter."
Yes,
look, listen, man. Look.
I bow my head in reverence.
Listen, we're not worthy.
We're not.
My favorite. And this wasn't at a Battle Club show, but my favorite Darius Carter moment was someone in a wheelchair had asked him for an autograph. And he said, I absolutely will give you an autograph when you stand up and ask for it.
Oh, that's
Damn.
I died.
Oh my God.
He definitely told my daughter something along the lines of like, what you need to do is boo your mother because you don't know what you talk about. And my daughter she has a big heart, man. So anything like that, and it's over. Like I wasn't even next to her. I was over there talking to backstage brawl, Keeks and all of them, fucking with them, and I look over. Next thing I know, they trying to hold me back. Tim said, "Don't make the kids cry." He
does.
Stretch responds, "Make them cry. Make them all cry." I'm gonna take a quote from Slow and fuck them kids, man.
Make all of them cry.
There's Matt. Was good, brother.
Yeah,
was good. He's like, "What's up, y'all? Already know Saturday for y'all going to be a banger." He says Saturday's not there for the show, Joe, but he knows he's going to be fire.
Listen, I need, and I'm gonna say it in a public forum. I'd love to give Matt a chance. He's got to keep putting that work in. Show me something,
sir.
kid. Show me something.
Sir.
Oh, come on now.
Court, what's good, Court? She said, "Sure, she's late. She was just done."
Damn,
Matt asked Dre if he needs bro. You need a chancleta for a weapon.
You need that chancleta for a weapon.
Either Nike or those little like bamboo looking ones. One of the two. You can't do either or. Court asked if Bella had a match. Hell no. Crazy. I mean, I'll throw her in the ring, but she ain't fighting. Like, she gonna get out the ring.
How old is she?
7. She's about to be 8 in September.
This is not Japan. We're not having kids fight.
I don't give a damn.
I mean, look where it got Riho, right?
Listen, man. Listen, I'm trying to have the first women's champion president of the United States all at the same time. Like, that's my goal.
Out of morbid curiosity, how tall is your child?
I don't fucking know.
Put her in the ring with Darius Carter. She'll be 6'3" by the time of the end of the match.
Stretch her into a WNBA center.
I can't. Tiff said she was devastated. Damn asshole.
Unfortunately he's doing his job.
For real. Dre says he's going to sponsor a match for BCP match. That's what it is. Dude, that shit's hilarious. Yeah, she'll look at him and be like, "That's that motherfucker that made me cry." Like, I can see it now. Daddy, is that him? Yup. Throw a chair. That's it. That's gonna be all I say. We'll be outside. I'll be like, I don't know who it is. And Matt said, "Don't forget her blindfold for the Gray Sweatpants Battle Royal." It's all right. She'll sit in the back. She'll sit next to Janelle because Janelle ain't gonna be close during that match. So
I don't know. I think Janelle's gonna be very invested in that match.
Okay, never mind then. God damn it! I'll take her to go and get some candy or something.
Tell me
how long the match is. I'll be back. Brother man, Thank you so much.
Oh, thank
So
you guys
much.
for having me. And again, big ups to you guys. I got a question though.
Uh-oh.
I need to know the backstory behind these aliases.
Oh. Who's gonna
Oh,
start?
yeah.
Not me.
It's so easy.
That's easy for me.
In terms of
Well-
our names that we're using.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I know where Quiet Storm came from.
Yeah.
But
I got the
Sounds
the
like Theo
easiest.
from-
I think I got the easiest, most obvious. I'm the tallest member of the podcast here. Stretch has always been a nickname that stuck. Played college baseball and basketball. So I was always tall, 6'6". I was always a tall, gangly kid. So
10'6".
Stretch
makes
always
sense.
stuck. So that's how the name Stretch.
He's lying. He played a lot of NBA Street Volume 2. That's all it was.
In real life.
I
Game breaker.
as you can see, yeah, I got Quiet Storm because obviously just because of my voice. I've had this voice since I was like 16. And
I'll take it from here.
I can attest.
It was
to
bitten
that.
by a radioactive soul singer.
So
That's his
they always,
backstory.
yeah. Since I'm like 30 now, so it's like since the age of 16, yeah, I just had this voice, and they always kept saying that I should have been like a radio. It was always either a radio spokesperson or a radio DJ or a phone sex operator. I always kept getting that every single time. And I never took it seriously. I just thought they were just trying to like make fun of me or like play with
Part
me.
of the Smokey Robinson incident. We don't talk about that on the show.
Yeah,
If you want tips,
Stretch, I can't.
if you want tips on that, there's a movie called Caller Number 9. Watch that video.
I literally
watch that movie. That movie's
seen it.
actually really good.
I've seen the movie. I've seen it.
Oh, okay. So he knows.
Yeah,
You
so
have
it's
to wake up like
I've got it all. I've always gotten, the Barry Whites, Teddy Pendergrass, like
yeah, it was. I figured it was one of those like Space Jam gimmicks where Barry White gave you a signature and his power.
right. And it just
autograph and you took
it.
He's a monster.
It never left.
I can't.
So that's why I just stuck with it as Quiet Storm. It was like, okay, like my friend, she called me Quiet Storm, so I just stayed with it. That was it.
I'll tell you what, man. You'd make a killing if you started doing voiceovers for some of these wrestlers' promos.
Word.
Word. If I don't have a manager yet, but if anything, they could forward it to my email. I would not mind. I'm open to do any type of business.
I'm gonna send out something to you because maybe we could work together.
Absolutely, I'm down for that. Like,
Business.
Yeah.
As for me, this has actually been my name for almost 20, maybe a little bit over 20 plus years. Not even joking. I am a very big Beyblade fan. So as you can see, I have a bit of the logo in the logo.
Nice.
But I always wanted to make my own little. They call them Bit-Bees, so I always wanted to make my own version. But happens like a couple years later when they got to like later series, you actually see the version of the Dragoon that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a different name. But huge nerd, so that's where I just kept the name. It stuck, and I obviously love what I love. You can see the logo. So
I'm easy. Well, my first name's Kyle, but when I used to do music, my name was KJ, so I just kept the K part. And then I'm a little addicted. So originally, when I was doing music, I was trying to change my name, kind of change my look a little, and it went from KJ to K Riley, so kind of like Ben Riley, the Scarlet Spider.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know what happened. Next thing I know, I came up with K Marvel because I love Marvel, and I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" So I just ran with it. It clicked, and now people remember.
If y'all don't make a Fantastic Four inspired T-shirt, you're not doing anything right, man.
Oh, listen, man, I got ideas.
Quiet Storm, Grim. I mean, it only makes sense to do the thing with the voice. Stretch, Mr. Reed. I mean, obviously somebody can't be the Invisible Woman, but we can figure something else out.
I mean, hey,
Yeah. I'll be good.
I can be the opaque man.
There you
Right
go.
there.
I'll be
There you
good.
go.
right there. Because I would definitely
Or
take
Johnny
that
Storm.
talk, baby.
Or Johnny
you
Storm.
good.
I can
You
be
good.
either which way.
You
It
could
doesn't matter.
definitely be Johnny Storm. That makes more sense with the Dragoon. And then, I mean, Spider-Man was a part of Fantastic Four for a little bit.
That's true. Good
He
point.
is the Invisible One.
Nah, man, I talk too much to be the Invisible Woman. They know where I'm at.
But I mean,
Real
it
quick.
writes itself. You four corners of
No, it's
commentary.
true.
The Fantastic Four. That's a T-shirt
That
right there,
works.
bro.
It's true. Good point.
That works.
Oh shit. Time for the merch, y'all. Time for the merch. You've been talking about that forever anyway. So I think it's about
Speaking
time we
of
start.
merch,
Oh, yes.
do you have a website for all the JobberSlam?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the JobberSlam T-shirts are going to be provided by Storyline Tees.
Sure.
The 20 by 20 podcast. Nate
Saw those
is
too.
a wonderful sponsor. He's a good friend. So he's going to be provided Jobber-Tears, the JobberSlam shirts for this year.
Mhm.
If you want anything related to Battle Club, we have battleclubshop.com.
Gotcha.
You know, we have past show shirts. We have some new merch. We have Fallout stuff there. So yeah, those will be where you can get those two things: Storyline Tees for JobberSlam shirts, and then everything else Battle Club related. Battle Club Shop. My partner Red, he takes over like all the designs. He handles all that stuff. So it's great. It's great to be to be in business with someone you know over 20 years. This year makes 10 years that I know Janelle. So like it's wonderful to be in business with people you've known for a long time, people you've grown with, and just continue to grow with.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to them. For real, Nelly. I forgot I'm doing a little favor for her on Saturday. God damn it.
That's a really good favor, though.
No, the favor's lit. But we'll tell you off, Joe. But that's hilarious.
Mhm.
But yeah, so oh god. So all right, check this. Tiff says so smart, create the design. She just wants to make it. And of course said put your pretty little faces on the shirt. I'm good.
Nothing pretty about this.
Not the face.
I mean, the four of y'all standing in, and just think about it, the four of y'all standing as those characters in purple Fantastic Four gear.
That
with
works.
your four instead of their four, like,
why don't I contact you more? Damn it. Such a good idea.
These are great ideas, right?
All right.
Great
Well,
idea.
we got to save. So F it. Let's do it. Maddie, who was actually there last year too, so she just commented, just want to drop by. She got to go walk Falcor. She said, keep doing her thing. People in the room, smash that like and subscribe. Y'all know how she do.
That's to everybody here. Battle Club,
Word.
each of us individually.
Mhm.
Get that thing going.
Maddie's,
A subscribe, a like, it goes a
all of
long
them.
way. All that algorithm shit is garbage, but we got to beat the algorithm. That's exactly it.
For real.
Right.
So once again, Joakim, man, pleasure. It's
Thank you so much for having me.
I know that much for you to have you on.
No, it's an honor for me to be on. And like I said, you guys keep doing your thing, man. It's wonderful to have the diversity, to have, content that means something more than just, hey, we're covering X, Y, and Z. Like, no, y'all hitting the pavement, y'all doing the shows, y'all doing the drives. You're doing whatever it takes for y'all to elevate. And, it's inspiring. The whole DIY movement, especially since after COVID, it's like the come up ain't going to come on its own. Like, you got to go get it. And you guys do your thing. It's always there.
Right. For sure.
You
guys are great. Appreciate you, Dre. I'll holler at you on Saturday. Sir, would you like, well, let me take this off. Can you just let the people know where they can find you, sir?
All social media platforms, my first and last name, Joakim Morales, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. For Battle Club, same, we have a TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just Battle Club Pro. Like I said, if you want the merch, Battle Club Shop, there's a Twitter and an IG for it as well, along with the website. You can follow my partners, Ray Red 85 on Twitter and Instagram, Pretty Brown Eyes on Instagram, Janelle from HR, as you know, from Jobber-Tears podcast. Follow everybody. I mean, I got the graphic today. There's something like 24 sponsors. There's so many. Thank you so much. I mean, Pretty Heels, Dirty Heels, your Four Councils. I mean, there's so many. Fallout, Saturday Morning Cartoon. Like, there's just a ton. And I appreciate all you guys so much. And last thing, like, you want to go back, title match is where to see it. You can watch, our first franchise champ be crown champ. You can watch him main event against Drew McIntyre. Like there's so much content there. You can see where the seeds were planted for the change. And like I said, the platform is for us, and we keep doing it until I can start paying people contract money.
I hear you, man. We appreciate you once again. We appreciate all the talent and all the behind the scenes of Battle Club, and just for the opportunity, honestly. So once again, we thank you and everybody involved. Gentlemen, let's do what we do. Oh, damn. Wait, no, it's him first. My bad. Double click.
Copy.
Look, there it is. Y'all know how you do. It's right there.
It's at the bottom.
You don't right there. Just read it.
What it is.
Just type.
I usually do in all seriousness. I usually switch between the Kevin Nash rants between the Nitro and Thunder video games. There'll be one day I'm like, please follow me on social media, please, and I'll be like, other days, you're not man enough to follow me. Go that way.
Go that way.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Pick
big
someone
fun
else.
shit.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Forever Thief. And that is, yes, you can find me. That is Mr. Quiet Storm himself. Once again, as always, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for bringing in to even sit with us and actually take time to talk with us. Like,
I got one more because I see it says Mr. After Hours. I got one more.
You know,
I put that
remember? Do you remember when? Oh man, his name is escaping me now. Was it Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle
on Saturday Night Live as Ladies Man.
Yeah.
Bro, that was
yes.
Meadows.
Oh my God.
Bro.
We got to start doing skits.
Come on.
Come
on. I can see it now. I can see it now. It's midnight. He goes live, fellas. Y'all want to romanticize y'all ladies.
Yeah, it works. It's gold, mine. It's gold.
No, not Don Cheadle. That's
It wasn't, right? It was
No,
Meadows.
you're thinking Mad TV.
Because I'm about to say Don Cheadle was he had a didn't he also had like
it was Saturday Night Live. I just can't remember.
He had a movie.
Meadows
Don
was
Cheadle
the
had a
ladies'
movie
man,
with
Leon Phelps.
And Phelps.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
He
did have that.
Dude, that throwback. We're gonna take whoever got the best camera and just start doing skits. That's
it.
But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and please, for all the new followers that end up following us, welcome. Enjoy us. It's all fun and love from here.
Al casa su casa, man. Well, it is me, Striker Dragoon. I changed my name up all the freaking time, so that thing don't even stay the same. Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch all the same at Striker Dragoon. YouTube should be in the description below. If not, just follow me on Twitter. I'll send you the YouTube. My YouTube is officially at 61 subscribers.
Wow.
So I'm 39 away from 100. Once I hit 100, I get my official channel link and I can stop asking for followers. Like from there, I'll just share it out. If you want to follow, you follow. But the big thing is, I was supposed to do a game giveaway at 50, but I'm going to do 2 game giveaways at 100. So if y'all can help me get to 100 subs, you guys get a game of your choice. I'll send a thank you video. Y'all comment under that. And whoever gets picked from the randomizer, y'all get a game of your choice. Only standard edition because I am not rich. And Twitch,
$100 nothing.
Twitch, I'm streaming. Tomorrow's fighting game day, so I'm going to be streaming Multiverses tomorrow. And also I'll probably play a bit of King of Fighters and get back on that. Saturday will be Evil Dead. I'm back on that. And then Sunday will be Ghost of Tsushima for my RPG backlog thing. And that's that.
And as always, you can find me, K Marvel, at Mr. Marvel 87 at Instagram and Twitter. On Twitch, I'm at Mr. Marvel _87. You can also find me on Coffee with Rev every Tuesday and almost every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30. Follow the podcast, Four Corners of Commentary, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch at The Council of Commentary, TikTok at Council of Commentary, and Twitter at CO Commentary. And you can also find us on all your favorite streaming platforms, be it YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Just type in.
I might have ran out of fingers.
I mean, you got another hand, bruh. Just Google Four Corners of Commentary. You're going to find the purple ring. That's us. It's that easy. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all being on. We appreciate y'all commenting once again. Joakim, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you
You are
guys
the
so
man.
much.
And I'll see you Saturday.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we out. And we are Four Corners of Commentary. Peace.